buckle your damn seatbelts. Today is gonna be a long one. It is gonna be longer than it's gonna be a long one. What's up everybody? Today we're gonna do 100 runs. We're not gonna do 100 runs. We did the 100 runs. We're just gonna go over the drops that we got from the 100 runs. Sorry, I had to look on the other monitor and click on something. So I was like, no, they're gonna see all the ridiculous shit that they're not supposed to see. Behind the scenes footage. Shh, not really, but just it's all adult naughty movies. No, I'm just kidding. Back on topic. We're gonna go for B6, B7, B8, B9, B10. We're gonna see what kind of runs, what we got from the runs, and if they're usable, what we can use them on, etc., etc., etc. I might not think about something, and you guys might be able to be like in the comments, be like, "Oh no, that rune would have been really good for blah blah blah." So if you do notice something that I miss, which I do miss things every now and then. But yeah, then feel free to leave it in the comments below, and we will go. We will go over the runes. Okay, let's go over the runes. First run. All right, Dragons B6. We didn't do 1 through 5 because basically, if you play the game for a week, you should be able to do 1 through 5. Basically, maybe 2 weeks. All right. So we got unknown scrolls. Yay, unknown scrolls, best ever. All right, 2. We got a vampire rune, resistance and crit damage. Not really enough substats to keep. This is Dragons B6, of course. It's a 5-star rune, but not really the substats to keep. We got this. It's nothing. It's speed. That's nothing. That's not useful anywhere. We have this. Why did it get so much bigger? Weird. We have this. We have just crit rate. It's not good enough to keep. Unknown scroll. Yay, hooray. Yay, hooray. Those unknown scrolls are going to be the one that you like get that water pixie so you could fuse the monster for Veramos, right? Right. All right. We have this speed and resistance. Really nothing special. We have this attack and resistance. Really nothing special. Sometimes I need a little bit more to keep a violent rune, like maybe a 4-star violent rune, than this. If I'm going to keep it just to complete a set temporarily. But yeah, nothing really exciting about this at all. We got unknown scroll. We have flat stats on 2, 4, and 6. You don't need to keep it all. Just sell them. Just sell them. Unless, like I said, unless you're playing it's your first week in the game and you just need to complete sets of any kind. But if it's slot 2, slot 4, or slot 6, and you see flat primary stat, you do not need to keep it. Do not keep it. Do not upgrade it. All right, and then we have crit rate and HP, which is nothing. It's not good enough for anything. Okay. Crit rate, HP, resistance, not enough substats to keep. We got a Rainbow Mon. Rainbow Mon's not bad, so that's like the best thing that we got so far. Okay, we have a Will Rune here. Resistance, crit rate, and defense. There's not too many monsters that even you would want resistance and crit rate specifically on those monsters. So I'm not really too crazy about that. We have HP, flat, slot 2, don't need to keep it. Resistance, crit rate and crit damage. Crit rate and crit damage could be good on revenge runes, but resistance on slot 4. I mean slot 6. Sorry, slot 6. I'm not crazy about resistance on slot 6. There's just you could get good resistance and substats for things that you need good resistance on. So yeah, again, not keeping unknown scrolls. Hooray! Unknown scrolls, yay! Okay, then we have violent with accuracy and HP. There's not enough. I want lots of substats on my 1, 3, and 5 runes, right? I want like 3 or 4 substats or more on them. So, unfortunately, no. Okay, here we have 4 substats. Here we go. We have defense, resistance, HP, and accuracy. This would be decent for like if you're doing a vampire Ramagos, and you're like until you get those really awesome things. Maybe if you upgrade it gets some HP. That might be okay. That might be okay if you're like mid game and you're like, I want to complete the set. There you go. You got some resistance, some accuracy, some HP, and some defense. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. All right. We have defense, endure, HP, speed. This is really, it's not amazing enough that I would keep this rune. The stats work together. Like, you have endure, so you have like a set for resistance and defense and HP and speed. Those are all good on like your healers, your tank monsters. But really, I wouldn't put defense on slot 2 for tank monsters in the first place. So you could, if this was, let's say if this was a 6-star and it had defense, it had defense on slot 2, but it was 6-star. It had HP, speed, but they were like higher. And then you had like maybe another stat. Maybe that might not be too bad for like an Archangel, right? So that might not be be too bad, because their first skill is based on defense. So maybe like mid game you could put that on a Velajuel. All right, then we have accuracy. This is a 3-star with 2 substats. So yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay, now we're back to number 1. Okay, so I will show you guys. Let's see. Is it that one? Yeah, that's an overview of the runes that we got from that one. All right. So you can see. If you want to pause the video and take a look. All right. Now what do we have here? We have B7, Dragons B7. Okay, so we have flat HP, Vampire Rune with speed, nothing special. Okay, we have Unknown Scrolls, nothing special. We have crit damage and resistance. Crit damage and resistance. Resistance is good on Endure. If you're gonna have a 2 set of Endure, that's good. But crit damage, really, no, they don't go together for the most part. Here we have attack and HP on Vampire. These are never bad stats to have, you know? Sometimes you don't need accuracy, sometimes you don't have a monster, like, crit damage might not be great for every monster, like, for example, you know, you don't necessarily need high crit damage on something like Jasun. But attack and HP are always nice on many monsters. This could be good, like, not good, but this could be okay to keep and upgrade it to maybe +3, +6, and until you get something that's more amazing from there. But this is not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so that's mediocre. That's pretty decent. This has got HP resistance and attack. Again, same thing. Decent mid-game Vampire Rune until you get better stuff. What do we have here? Defense, crit rate, resistance. There's just too little of everything. Too little of everything to make me excited about this at all. And we also, with the guard runes, we have defense up here, which means it's not going to go, if it's up here, it's not going to go up any, you guys can see that, right? It's not going to go up any further. So these are the ones that are going to go up. So, yeah, usually you want high defense if you have guard runes on something. And then we have this, attack and HP. This could be maybe +3 on this or something like that, and use it if you're like early game. We have, okay, actually this is not bad. This is not bad. Okay, so we have crit rate, HP, attack, and speed. We have 4 substats. 4 substats on a slot 1 rune. This is not bad. This is mediocre. This is, it's probably on one of my monsters still, this rune. So it's not too bad. At least we have speed on here too. We'll see what it rolls. It's not going to roll anything high. Like, when I say roll, I mean like we'll see when we upgrade it 3 times what goes up. But these stats are not going to go up very high because it's a 4-star rune. But like it's not bad. It's got 4 substats. They're all HP, attack, and speed are never bad. And then crit rate is not bad either. All right. And we have Unknown Scrolls. Hooray! We shield rune, crit rate, and defense. You could monsters that need crit rate and defense on slot 5 are like the living armor, the wind living armor copper, but you really don't want shield runes on them necessarily. So blech. Maybe you use this if you're early game. What do we have here? We have defense and crit damage. Another thing that's good for copper, but really I would want more substats. Like the last one, I would want more substats on this because it's a slot 3 rune. Slot 1, 3, and 5 you really want to try to get. Since the primary stat's going to be the same, slot 1 primary stat's always going to be flat attack. Slot 3, the primary stat is always going to be flat defense. And slot 5, this one's slot 5 here, the primary stat is always going to be HP. Flat HP. So don't try to get, you can't get percentages on them. That's just, they're always going to be flat stats. So that's the ones that you really, you can't have any differentiation here, so it's really all about the substats on slot 1, 3, and 5. Okay. Here we have, we have a HP and resistance. We'll see if the HP goes up on this more. This could be okay. This could be okay. Counterattack, what could this be good for? This could be good for maybe, who do we want revenge with high HP? If we keep rolling HP and we get like 18% HP on here or something like that, then we could have this for Jultan, we could have this for Darien, right? I'm trying to think of who else needs good HP for revenge. I don't know. I'm sure you guys figured it out. Okay, we have, this would not be bad, but it's a flat stat on 6. So this 6-star rune, yeah, it sells for 21,000, but yeah. That's a shame. That's a shame. If we had like attack percentage on here, this would not be bad for Camila. I mean, who has Camila though, really? Like 1% of the people watching this video. Alright, so would not be anything amazing. Like this is just, I'm not excited about this. This would be okay for, like, if this was defense percentage, this would be good for a copper, because we do have the crit damage as well. If you want to do a rage blade well, it wouldn't be a rage blade if you're using nemesis runes, but yeah, defense could be good on that. It could also be good, defense could be good on slot 6 for like an archangel, something like that, where their first skill is based on defense, and then you have like a set of nemesis on them, so whenever they take damage, their attack bar goes up so they can heal or whatever. Alright. We have this one. Oh, Will with HP and speed. A little bit of attack here. This could be good. You could see if you get the HP percentage goes up or the speed goes up, this could be good for Chloe to have a set of Will on her. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Alright. Unknown Scrolls. Oh, delicious. Oh, amazing. We have crit rate shield. I'm not excited about this rune. It's a 4-star rune. It's crit rate on shield. It's crit rate on shield. Alright. We have Unknown Scrolls. We have Nemesis rune with HP accuracy and crit damage. HP accuracy and crit damage. There's not too many monsters that really need these 3. I would love it to have speed. I would love it if it had speed, then we could be like, okay, maybe this is a keeper. Maybe this could be good for, I don't know. I can't think of who this would be good for right now, but if it had like one more thing, I'd be like, ooh, maybe I'll keep that. But really, these things don't they don't always go together. More Unknown Scrolls. Hooray! Hooray! Alright, so let's take a look at these. You can't see all of them. Now you can see all of them. Okay, so that's the runes for that. Hold up. Alright. So that's the runes for all those ones. Okay. Let us go to B8. B8, alright. Let's go to the drops for here. We got a Rainbow Mon, not bad. We have this, okay. Here we go, we have resistance plus 7%. We have crit rate and defense. Crit rate could be good. See if it goes up some more. Would be nice to have speed or crit damage, if we're going to have that there. But defense and crit rate could be good for, again, could be good for the Wind Living Armor. But you do have, he stuns on his first skill if you want to have him for revenge. But it really depends. If the crit rate and defense keep going up, then it might be good. Maybe it might be good for a broken set too for him. Alright, who else do we have here? This is just nothing. I don't know who I would want to stick this on. This is just trash. Alright, we have flat, slot 4. But no matter what these stats are down here, it's a flat slot 4, so you don't want it. Another Rainbow Mon. I'm never really too mad when I get the Rainbow Mons, especially the 3-star ones. Here we go. Okay, we got speed, crit rate, HP on here. If the speed and the HP go up, that's not bad. That might be good for Chloe or another immunity monster. That's not bad. Might be an okay Chloe rune. All right. So pretty decent. We have HP. Okay, we have HP, accuracy, crit rate, and crit damage. Who needs HP, crit rate, and crit damage? You could do well, you could do it. You could do a hybrid, but you also have it's an endure, and it's got HP on slot 2. So you could have this on maybe Chasun or something like that if you want to have a set of like violent endure Chasun. Might not be bad. All right, and then the crit rate and crit damage are just like extra little bonuses. Maybe you have another thing on that comes up over there. But HP and endure, 5-star is not too bad. All right, ooh, unknown scrolls. Oh, these ones are special. These ones are much better than the other ones. All right, we have what do we have here? Flat defense, crit damage resistance. There's really no reason to have that. Speed is the only redeeming quality on this rune. I'm not excited about it at all. Unknown scrolls. Yay, unknown scrolls. Oh my god. We have HP, which is not going to go up anymore because it's over here. We have defense and accuracy. I'm not excited about this at all. We have crit rate and resistance. There's not enough substats. This is a slot 1 rune, so we're always going to have flat for the same primary stat. Flat attack. For every slot 1 rune. So crit rate and resistance are the only things that, and I'm not excited about that at all. But at least it sells for a decent amount of mana, right? Alright, then we have, okay, here we go. We have a vampire rune with speed and crit rate. Man, if this had like 1 or 2 more substats, I would say keep it. But it only has... Might see how high the speed goes. If you don't roll speed over and over and over again, then just trash it. Then it's really not anything special. It only has 2 substats. So, alright, we have shield with attack and crit damage. It's, if you need it, if you're early game, I would say, okay, it's attack. It's a 5-star attack on slot 2. But if you're already farming Dragons B8, then you probably have better stuff here too. I don't really see a lot of attack monsters that I want to put shield on, but I guess you could put it on as a broken set, but let's see if the crit damage keeps going up. But I don't think it's. I think it's good early game. Early game, I'd be like, ooh, that's not bad. But after that, mid game and late game, I'm like, this is nothing. I don't need this for anything. All right, we have accuracy and attack on a guard rune. I'm not excited about that. That's nothing. We have defense on a vampire rune. Crit rate is the only redeeming quality. There's really nothing good about that. Unknown scrolls, and the last one is flat on slot 2. Nope. Sell this all day. Alright. So here are the runes for Dragons B8. There you go, so you can see them. Hopefully you can see them good enough if you want to review them again. Alright. Let's go to B9. Alright. Then what the hell happened with this one? Really, there's like a big blue line. I don't know how the big blue line even got there, or why this is like shifted off center. Really, what the fuck happened to this room, to this picture? Okay. Oh, it's lagging. Why are we lagging so much? Why are we lagging? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Sorry about the lag. Let's see if we can close some of these windows. Alright. Does this help the lag at all? It does! That helped the lag. A little tiny bit. Okay. So we have flat on slot 6. Flat attack. I'm not excited about this at all. If it was attack percentage, then we could say, okay, crit rate and HP. Attack goes well with crit rate. HP is awesome on everything. We've got a little bit of resistance, so we know we're not going to get it some more over there. But resistance is not bad on anything either. But that might be decent for a bit. If this was percentage, attack percentage. Alright, but it's not, so it's sell all day. Unknown scrolls, yay! HP plus, it's slot 6, it's HP plus flat stat. Then we have HP crit rate attack. These are not bad. These are not bad substats, but it's HP for the flat stat for the primary. It's such a shame. Such a shame. But then again, what would this have been? Would this have been HP flat here? Maybe. And in that case, where would we put it? Maybe we put it on Ramagos or something like that. Vampire Ramagos. We have Unknown Scrolls here. Nothing special. Now we have, okay, look at this. We have a quick Nemesis rune. We have Nemesis with speed, HP, accuracy, and crit damage. There's enough substats that I get excited about this. Plus we got a little bit of speed on it too. So if we run like, we can go a couple different ways with this. If we keep getting the HP, then we can be like, ooh, maybe this is good for Bella. Maybe this is good for Veramos. Maybe this is good for Chisoon. Something like that. That might be pretty interesting. Okay. So we do have that. I would keep this rune. I would keep it. I would see what goes up on it. All right, we have this. We have speed, but it's over here. We have accuracy and defense. I really don't think it's anything special. I would sell it. I would sell it. We have Unknown Scrolls. We have defense, flat defense. Oh my god, look, we got speed, resistance, and accuracy, and attack here, but we have flat defense. If this was a defense percentage, and we had an HP plus percentage here, this would be a lovely rune for one of the Archangels. I wouldn't put all defense on the Archangels, but I mean, I know Veligul is the one that like everyone's like, okay, a lot high defense on Veligul more than anything else, and for Eladriel and Ariel, they're more HP, so you want to have more HP on them than the high defense for Veligul, right? Right, but their first skills are always based on defense, so you could at least have one slot of defense is not bad. But unfortunately, it's flat, so I don't even know why we're talking about it. It's shit. All right, we have crit rate and speed here. For a shield rune, crit rate and speed are good for monsters like Amon and Vertiheal, but shield rune, I'm not too excited about that, right? But you can use Amon and Vertiheal in dungeons, and dungeons are pretty good with shield runes. Like so maybe like early game, this might not be too bad to stick on your Amon or your Vertiheal. All right. What do we have here? We have HP, crit rate. There's just, HP is not going to go up anymore. Crit rate is not exciting enough to, no. No, no, no. Alright, then we have slot 6, attack, flat stat, no. Yuck, 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 yuck. If this was attack percentage, we still only have resistance and defense. If we're already farming Dragons B9, then we probably have better stuff that combos better. But if we had like crit rate and crit damage, or crit rate and speed, or crit damage and speed, or something more here, then I think this might be good for different hitters, attackers that you're gonna put Vampire on. So that's, I mean, resistance and defense aren't ever bad for any monster, but yeah, the flat attack, I don't know. And I would want some, if I'm going to be farming Dragons B9, I want some more substats though. Here's some more substats, okay. We have an Endure rune with accuracy, HP, crit. The accuracy is never going to go up more, so we got to think of who's going to be good for this. So we have resistance, which is good for Endure. We have speed and HP, which are good for Endure monsters too. So, and then the crit rate is just a bonus. So this would probably be like decent mid-game. See, early game, this is really good. Mid-game, it's like, okay, see, maybe I can use this for something, but that's not bad for some monsters that you want to put a set of Endure on. It's got four substats here, plus it's got another one there. So even though it only sells for 69, this is better than some of the other ones that we've seen that sold for like 20,000, right? Even though it only sells for 6,900. Okay, what's next? We have crit rate, crit damage, speed. Unfortunately, the crit rate is up here, but it's also guard, so crit rate, crit damage on guard. It doesn't have any defense, otherwise it'd be cool for maybe the Copper Wind Living Armor. But I think for Dragons B9, I'm not excited about that. Then we have crit damage and speed. Again, there's like nothing here. It's a slot 3, so we want more substats. Resistance here. Resistance for revenge. I want more. I want something meatier. I want either attack for my revenge monsters, or I want HP for my revenge monsters. Resistance isn't bad for them, but for substats, and it's only a 4-star. But the substats here are not bad. If we had a better primary stat and if it was a higher star level, then these substats aren't bad. I always like attack and HP. We have this. This is such a shit rune. It sells for 12,000, but it's a complete pile of garbage rune. There's 2 flat stats for substats. It's absolutely not worth putting on anyone. Then we have, what is this? HP and speed. Ooh la la for Will. That might not be bad for Chloe for a while. See what happens to it. See what happens to it. If we keep rolling speed over and over and over again, we get pretty fast speed or pretty high HP. If we start rolling weird, different stuff, and we're like up to 9, and it's like flat HP here, and then we have crit damage here, or actually we can't have crit damage here because we have crit damage up here. But if we have like other weird stuff that we don't really need, then we toss it. But if we keep going up with the HP and speed, maybe we use it for Chloe, you know? Alright, what do we have here? Accuracy and defense. I'm not excited about this. We have Unknown Scroll here. We have... Oh my goodness, why does this have to be a flat stat? HP, this would be great for Ramagas. This would be great for Ramagas. Oh, lovely. But it's a flat stat, so it's shitty. But at least we sell it for 31,000. Oh my god, so that's number 20. Alright. Let's go... There we go. Let's... Now we can see all of these. All of the runes. All them fun runes. Alright. And let's do... B10. Alright. Are we doing? We're better on frames per second. Okay, it was getting a little shitty there for a second. We're doing better. Less lag. Should be less lag. I don't know why it's lagging so much. Probably all that massive amount of porn I have in the background, right? All right. What do we have here? Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, so we have Nemesis, accuracy, and resistance. This is Dragons B10. We should be getting good stuff here. Why is this my Dragons B10? Oh, this was right. Because I did this video a while ago. Well, I actually got all the information a while ago, like months ago, and I did the video the first time, and it got messed up. So this is a video I'm redoing because it's been so long and I really needed to do this video again. Alright, we have Unknown Scroll, hooray! We have Rainbow Mon, hooray! We have Shield with speed. Why'd they get so much bigger? Alright, we have speed with... And then the team changes! What? Okay, we have... Basically, I'm not excited about these substats. For Dragons B10? Come on. Come on. Oh, and Elliot's gift box. To show you guys how long ago this was, we had the gift boxes. Alright. We have crit rate, accuracy, and defense on Vampire. If the defense keeps going up, we could do a Vampire Copper for farming. But not for arena. Just for farming if you guys are trying to farm with Vampire Copper. Alright, then we have... Okay, we have... You know what? We have attack primary stat, but we have 2 flat substats, so we can't really count those. So we have resistance and defense on an Endure rune, and if we have Endure, we really would like maybe the resistance to be down there if we need higher resistance. But we don't have any speed, we don't have any HP, we don't have anything else that goes well with attack. We don't have crit rate, crit damage. So this is like, early game this is an okay rune to just pull from nowhere, but after that it's really not anything amazing. Because attack and endure don't really go together. I do have attack runes on my sorry, not attack runes. I do have endure runes on my Tyron, but they have awesome substats. That's why I have them on there. It's like you look at it, you're like, why is Tyron on endure? I thought he should be like Blade instead. But no, it's got awesome substats on those runes. That's why. And then we have crit rate. It's not crit rate. Crit damage and speed. They don't really go good with endure runes, but accuracy, crit damage, and speed. These substats would be good for a Rakshasa. But it's just like, it's just not enough substats though. So this is just complete garbage. Complete garbage. Attack plus 22 flat, and then 2 more flat stats underneath there. Thank you, Dragons B10. Rainbow Mon, not horrible. Crit damage, accuracy, resistance, HP. You got, okay, there's 4 stats here. Resistance with the Endure. See what goes up. If you get crit damage keep going up, then it's like, oh shit. But if you have resistance and HP, that might not be too bad for someone that you want to be really, really resilient. Very resilient. And we do, that's 4 substats. It's not horrible for slot 1. It'd be nice if he had like speed, but can't win them all. Can't win them all. Summoning stones back when, oh no, we still get summoning stones. Never mind. Haha. All right, so we have attack here. If this was a 6-star rune, this would be good. We have vampire, attack, crit damage, crit rate. Attack, crit damage, and crit rate on the same rune is not bad, but it's a 4-star rune. Dragons B10, really 4-star rune. Thank you so much. Crit damage is not ever going to go up. Crit rate is going to go up, but shitty. And resistance, I would still sell this. I would still sell that. This is flat. It's slot 4. It should not be flat. It should be a percentage, so there's no reason to have this. Crit rate and accuracy. If this was crit damage over here as the primary stat, that would be good. If this was attack for the primary stat, that would be good. To have crit rate and accuracy. Again, something like maybe for Rakshasas. We have speed, crit rate, accuracy. There's just no anything on here. There's just so measly nothing substats. And we have unknown scrolls. Hooray! Oh my god. We have HP. If this was a HP percentage with shield, that would be not horrible, right? Then we have defense here, but we have crit rate and accuracy. So defense, crit rate, this really doesn't, they don't work well together. Crit rate and accuracy, of course, like I said, Rakshasa, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not super psyched about anything. Even if this was an HP percentage rune, this would be maybe really good early game, but after that, it's like the substats are not what I would want that to be. Alright, then we have flat attack and speed. Speed is the only redeeming quality. Speed is great, probably the best. Why am I getting darker? Speed is probably the best stat to have, substat to have on a rune. But I'm like going to click the sell button. It's not the game right now. Alright. But yeah, this is not, it's not a good rune. There's just nothing there. There's nothing there to slot 5. We want stuff here. We want lots of substats. Alright, and then what else do we have? We have Rainbow Mon. And we have, okay, attack, speed and accuracy, and defense. This is actually a pretty, it's a decent rune. Okay. So we can have a vampire attacker, gonna do some damage, and gonna heal. We have speed on there, which is nice. We have a little bit of defense, which is nice, and some accuracy. So if we have attackers, sometimes they have stuff on their first skills like defense breaks or attack gauge, sucker-uppies. So this is not a bad rune. But that's that is rune. That's number 20. We are done, guys. We are done. But I want to show you guys something else, but we are done with that. So here's the runes for that. So you can see all the different runes we got. So what did we learn here? We learned that basically, even Dragons B10 is going to give you shit. Even all the Dragons levels are just going to give you mostly crap, and you just have to run them over and over and over again. Before I go, though, I did screenshot some really interesting runes that you guys might enjoy seeing. Okay, so we have this one. You guys see that? Yeah. So this is, I got this from B7. So I was running B7. It was not even part of the video thing. It was just like I was running B7 because I was trying to get mana fast, and I was like, oh, this is not bad. It's a 6-star hero level will rune with defense, resistance, and attack. That's not bad. Not a bad rune. And this is from B7. B7. Okay, here's another one I got from B6. Violent rune, attack, resistance, HP. 6-star, hero level, Violent Rune. Not a bad pull from B6. And the third one, what is this? We have HP. It's a guard rune. HP, crit damage, and resistance. This is, my god, I think this is actually on my Chasun right now, this rune, because we have speed and resistance on here, and it's HP. Of course, I don't want guard runes on my Chasun necessarily, but I'm not gonna complain if, like, these substats, speed and I think like speed went up and resistance went up or something like that, and I was like, oh damn, hell yeah, hell yeah. So I think this might actually be on my Chasun right now. I'm not in the game right now, so I can't check and show you guys that. But yeah, this is another Dragons B6 rune. It's not all about farming Dragons B10 to get those awesome runes. It's about you just have to farm the shit out of it. Yeah, you're gonna be more likely to get better stuff from Dragons B9, B10, stuff like that. But I say stuff like that an awful lot, and stuff like that. But you can still get good stuff from B6 and B7. So yeah, I haven't really done a lot of farming of B5, but I think you can start getting 5-star runes. It's just the lower the level is, the shittier in general the runes will be, but you can get 6-star runes, good hero runes from B6, as you can see right here. So if you guys can't do too high, don't worry too much about it. You still get some good runes. You just got to keep powering through them and go and run and run and run and run and run and keep doing levels over and over and over again, because it's really about just doing it as much as humanly possible. So yes, hope you guys enjoyed this video. 36 minutes. I think that's actually a little bit quicker than we did the last one, the Giants one. And I know it's been so long since I was supposed to get this video done. I did it initially already. I recorded the first one and it didn't. God, I hope this works. But the file got corrupted or whatever, so I had to do it again. And I've just been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. But finally, you guys can see it. Hope you enjoy. Hope it makes you less miserable, because you're like, everyone gets shitty runes. Yup. But you just got to do it a lot to get some of these good runes like this. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. With the peace sign.